I love this song. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. So I'm giving my album with whoever likes their poem the most. We're gonna get fucking. You know what we're gonna get. Extraordinary. Fuck. That wasn't it. Tenacious. Yes. Disarray. Death. Wait, that wasn't it? The fuck? Intellectual. Contamination. Mausoleum. Meager. Determination. Uncontrollable. Effulgent. Infallible. Dark? No, that wasn't it. Disoriented. Sensation. Melancholy. Heaven sent. Twirl? No. Incongruent. Massacre. You know we are hard simping for Yuri this run. Hard simping, I mean. We're not gonna hold back. We're gonna be an absolute beta simp cucklord for Yuri. Cause we wanna get the goods. You know what those goods are. Max, fancy meeting you here. I kinda wanna change Monica's voice. This is just kinda dumb. I kind of want to make Monica a trap or some shit with like a really deep voice. I think I'll do that. It's just easier to do. She was glitching before, but she just activated trap mode. Okay. Yeah, what a coincidence, huh? Seriously speaking though, I'm happy to see you back here. I would have been disappointed if you ran away on us. This is making me uncomfortable. I don't fucking know, man. Hey, I enjoyed myself last time, so why wouldn't I come back?
True enough, feel free to make yourself at home before we start on club activities.
Yeah, that might be fine for now. Thanks, we'll do. Welcome back to the Literature Club. Sayori and I were the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. This is a jammer. Who knew that something so simple would warrant so much thanks? First Monica, and now Yuri. I know that it may be overwhelming to be thrown into a new hobby so suddenly, much less an organization. I know that it may be overwhelming to be thrown into a new hobby so suddenly, much less an organization centered around that hobby. So don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need any help. Or any other club member for that matter. That is to say, feel free to ask any one of us for assistance. Right, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe the one we simp for kills themselves instead of Sayori. Who knows? Who knows where this game's gonna go? It's bound to get dark. Don't worry though, it's not like I've never read anything before. I even remember to write a poem for today, if you'll believe it.
Believe it when we see it.
It's not like I need to have a university degree to write a poem. Just like another school assignment, although it might be a little new to me. It's not that hard.
It's hard to write a bad poem, you mean?
True. She's got me there. That's why I never said I wrote a good poem, bitch. Suki smirks at me, seemingly pleased that I'm not offended by her teasing. Well, the good is often subjective when it comes to subjects like this. I'm sure you did fine things. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Try not to overhype my work, though.
Yuri, if you keep expectations low, you'll never be disappointed.
Biped. I agree with that.
Besides, I bet this is the first extracurricular since not since high school started. So extra work is probably really foreign to him.
Again, she's not wrong, but she doesn't have to say it like that. Like, Jesus Christ.
Natsuki, you're being unfair.
fairly harsh.
Say your main hobbies are?
Wow, she's really putting me on the spot here. I know I'm playing into your teasing right now, but yes, I spend a lot of the time playing games and watching anime.
That's all you need to know.
That's a bit... Wait, what? What the fuck voice did I give her just now?
And that's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps her manga collection in the... And that's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Monica's voice just keeps changing. I don't even know what to do for her. I don't know what voice to do.
What?
Natsuki sputters to a halt. Looks like certain someone knows how to dish it out, but can't take it. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Rolled.
Don't worry, guys. Max always giving his best as long as you're having fun. He's always been there when I need it. When we're kids, he can always be around to help me with stuff.
Were you two childhood friends? Like when it says Sayori, despite your cheery recollection of our childhood and memories just then, your question is a reminder that we haven't spent much time together in a long time. It's a tad awkward. Yeah, we've known each other for a while, haven't we? We smile at each other. I'm really hoping we can use the club to reconnect.
With such a history with one another, I imagine you shared much together.
Like DNA. You could say that. Would you believe Sayori is still as clumsy now as she was 10 years ago? Her nose disappeared. Yeah, it's gone. Wait. Where is her nose? Where is Yuri's nose? I just noticed they don't have nose. No one knows. Okay, I need to shut the fuck up. Oh, need I tell Yuri about the time you tried to cook a lunch and almost set the house on fire? Her face turns pink as she rushes to interrupt me.
You could be just as good of friends. After all, you're both in the leadership now.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yuri looks hopeful at hearing this, although I can't help but wonder, given the maturity and intelligence she carries so elegantly, and how her passion for reading is much stronger than my own, will it be as easy as Sayori thinks it is? Still, it's worth a try at least.
I brought you something today, you know?
Oh, wait, Sayori.
Me?
It's not much, really. It's really nothing.
Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll like it. What is it, Yuri?
Sayori made it sound like a big deal and it's really not. I was going away to give you to you at the appropriate time, but...
Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I've ruined a surprise.
Two girls look dolefully down. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. This is still a pleasant surprise to me. Just knowing that you went through the effort to get me something makes me feel really welcome. No matter what, I'm sure it'll make me happy.
Is that so?
Of course. Thanks for being so considerate, Yuri.
You're welcome. It was the least I could do. Anyway, if that's the case, here it is.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. A book. Thanks a lot. Oh, well, I guess this is a literature book. Isn't this the book from yesterday? Upon seeing the confused look on my face, she hastens to explain.
I thought you might like to have your own copy so that you can read on your own as well.
I honestly don't know what to say. How is it that she's only known me for a day and she's already done something this thoughtful for me? What a fucking simp, ditcher. Oh, Yuri, thank you. That's really thoughtful of you, but you don't have to do that for me. I feel kind of bad.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that. I just I understand if you don't want to read with me anymore. So
Honestly, she just gets more adorable by the minute. Please, it's fine. I'd love to read with you. I wasn't expecting you to buy me a copy of my own.
Are you sure? I don't want to force you.
Seriously, Yuri, I'm sure, like, Look at those. Oh my god, why wouldn't I want to? I grin at her. It is a good book. And those are triple D's. She timidly returned to my smile, relaxing a little bit.
I'm glad you seem to think so. How are you liking it so far?
She looks at me with wide, expectant eyes. She must be really worried that I'm not enjoying it as much as her. To be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised. While horror isn't really my thing, it really kept my attention. Even though I haven't gotten very far yet, I find myself feeling sorry for the protagonist. Language is pretty engaging. It certainly makes me think about it. And thinking about you lying on the bed as I'm... Okay. Anyway, obviously I'm just trying to bullshit to simp for you so that eventually that can become a reality. As I praise the book, her face grows visibly more relieved, and her eyes light up as I mention the language.
Glad you think so. One not only needs to look at what is being said, but how it's phrased. It can entirely change the desired message. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh boy, I hope we don't get into an in-depth discussion about the language. I'm still nowhere near Yuri's level, this sort of thing. Oh, totally. I never really thought about it until you brought it up with me. You really make me look at it with a bit more scrutiny than I would normally. She blushes at this, turning away slightly.
Really? I've helped you with that?
I have to admit, you really managed to open my eyes to this sort of thing. Or should I say, my third eye. Your silence makes me nervous. Did I make a mistake? Uh-oh. You know, because the book mentions the third eye, there's an eye on the cover.
I see.
Probably best not to comment on our accidental continuation of the pun. Tough crowd.
Oh, I see you're making a joke. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Ah, damn.
That cuts deep. No worries, I just thought it was a good pun. She smiles bashfully. Good one, dude. Good one.
Yes, it is quite humorous, isn't it?
Phew, I think that means everything is okay now. Sure, dude. Everything is just alright. Now that everyone's settled, I expect Monica to kick off the scheduled activities for them. Like the poetry, I've already steeled myself for the critique I'll probably do or something. But it seems that we have some downtime for it. Oh well, looks like I won't be able to just immediately get over it with. What are the others doing right now? Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Probably discussing club matters given that they're the president and vice president. As expected, Yuri's face is already buried in that dude's ass. Damn, what's going on? I can't help but further notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. A few huffs of annoyance sound from her direction every once in a while. I'd love to talk to Yuri a bit more, especially after she gave me that book. However, she seems to be focused on her own book. I'm worried that I might just distract her. As she lifts it up to turn the page, I get a glimpse at the cover. It's the same book that she gave me. It looks like she's only just started it. Oh damn. I hope she doesn't think I was staring at her. Well, she definitely doesn't think I was staring at her eyes. Our eyes meet, but her eyes dart away quickly.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I didn't mean to stare. I was just appreciating those two massive monuments on. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know where exactly I was going with that phrase, but alright.
Uh-oh. Well, if I'd actually been concentrating, I wouldn't have noticed.
I meant to ask though. Isn't that the book you gave me?
Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites, so I thought I'd give it another read-through. Not for any reason, I assure you.
I see, but why do you have two copies of the same book? Well, I know I lent you the book yesterday, but I figured you might feel more comfortable with your own copy.
I know that I always feel more at ease when I'm handling my own belongings. If an accident happens, there's less at stake than if you damage someone else's property, so, you're probably less clumsy than I am, though.
Yuri, the ever-graceful girl, thinks that she's clumsy. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm just as clumsy as you, if not more so.
Oh, right. Anyway, after our meeting adjourned yesterday, I went to the bookstore to get you. That is to say, I forgot I already had a copy and accidentally bought another. And it seemed like a waste to just hold on to it.
Couldn't you have just returned it, though? What's funny is if we get an alert, it's gonna make her face look like a Peppa Jam. So gotta follow me for that. Don't you want to see that? Happen right there. Okay.
They had already closed, so
There's something fairly obvious here. Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Female simp. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess that I'm glad that you gave it to me. I'll get started on it right away. Women need to simp more. I don't think there's any guy that would dislike that. Cause guys kind of get starved for attention in like the overall dating scene. So why girls get like so many matches on Tinder and guys get like a few. But this ain't a weird fucking political stream. So let's just keep going. Not that that's even politics.
but that makes me happy to hear. It's the kind of story that really draws you in. If you're not careful, you can lose track of time very easily. I know I've opened it for some light reading before bed, only to close it and find out the sun's rising. I'm sure that won't happen to you, though. You'll be able to get enough sleep as usual. That is, unless you generally find yourself lacking sleep, in which case you should go to bed earlier. But you can do whatever you want. I don't want to mean overstep my bounds. Ooh.
Hey, don't worry about it, Yuri. I'll be sure to read it earlier in the day. You mind telling me a bit more about it?
I'd love to. Now, where do I begin?
Yuri delicately closes the book, her eyes scanning the cover.
Well, actually, I don't think I could give an adequate explanation on my own. If I were to tell you more about the story than I did yesterday, it would lose a lot of its impact. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm brushing you off. That's not what I intended.
It's alright, Yuri. Come to think of it, you did summarize it well enough already.
Yes. I'm sorry, I seem to get lost in my own mind whenever I talk about these kinds of stories. Don't you have anything like that, Max?
I guess so. Yuri nods with a delicate smile. Like that? I'm sure that's what they mean.
Everyone has a deeply held interest that stirs the passion within their heart. I suppose for me it would be my novels.
Yuri cuts herself off. Yuri cuts herself off. As though she were about to say something she didn't want to.
Well, you know what I mean.
What got you into these sorts of stories, though? I gestured toward the book in her arms. Do your parents enjoy them as well? Yuri paused for a moment, shyly looking down at her feet. She seems to be going over what she wants to say in her head.
I've always had an interest in the
Macabre? I don't think this is Spanish pronunciation. What is going on with my hair? Every single... Okay. Ah, stop.
This genre can easily throw you for a loop. While many stories are simply content to introduce an antagonist and condition a reader to root against them, books like this One, find ways to flip that narrative on its head. So while you might initially find yourself relating to the protagonist, you might suddenly find out that they're their own worst enemy. I'm rambling on you. Please forgive me. I really should try to think about other smart...
Yuri, I promise, I'm not mad at you. You're just passionate, which is pretty cool.
It is?
For a brief moment, a tiny smile teases at the corner of Yuri's mouth. Right there.
Well, I'll try not to worry about it too much. Sometimes I get distracted when I think about books and writing. I forgot where I am and start speaking my mind. So please forgive me if I say anything unusual. And if I seem like I'm not paying attention, please let me know.
I really don't think you need to worry about that, Yuri. This is a literature club, after all. Isn't that the sort of thing we should be discussing anyway?
I suppose so.
So on that note, would you like to read a bit together?
You don't need to force yourself to spend time with me if you don't want to.
Oh, believe me, girl, I would want to. But what if I do?
You'd really want to spend your time with me?
Of course, Yuri. Book in hand. I slide into the desk next to Yuri. Book in hand, cock in the other hand. We're ready to get down to business. Is everything okay?
No, I'm just having an intense orgasm. Yes, I'm terribly sorry, Max. I'm just not too accustomed to reading in company. It's usually been a solitary affair, you see.
Yeah, I can understand how this might seem a bit unsettling for you. If it gets too overwhelming, let me know. I wouldn't be offended if you need some space.
Alright.
I open up the book, allowing the hardcover to flop against the desk. As I read through the prologue, I notice Yuri glancing over at my book. Fucking stream sniping. God damn it, you can't trust anyone nowadays. She's fucking stream sniping the goddamn book. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't comforting in a way, but it's somewhat distracting.
I'm sorry. Hope I wasn't distracting you.
Yuri, why do you apologize all the time? What are you, Canadian?
Do I? I can't help it. I suppose it's like an involuntary reflex. If I preemptively apologize, it'll lessen both my disappointment in myself, as well as others' disapproval of me. I didn't mean to make things so awkward. Sorry.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Apologizing for apologizing. Classic Canadian. How about we do this? I push our two desks together, slide my book between the two of them, put my arm around her, fucking tits, like, she's taller than me, sort of like tits are like in my face, I'm getting like fucking smothered, we're like being crushed within each other. Yeah.
I suppose that'll work.
Yuri puts her own copy away and shifts a bit closer to me. I steady the right side of the book between my thumb and forefinger, and Yuri does the same with the other side. Perfect. Now we can both go through it at the same pace.
Yes.
Oh my god. I lost. Two of us are huddled closely together over the book, carefully reading it. I can see Yuri's gentle face in my peripheral vision. She has a stern, focused expression, her eyes slowly scanning each page.
Do you need a bit more time with this page?
Sorry, I guess I'm not really too quick of a reader. I look over and our gazes meet. There's a coy sparkling through her eyes.
It's quite alright, Max. We can go at whatever pace you're comfortable with. After all, you've been so patient with me today. It won't be fair for me to return the favor, wouldn't it?
Thanks, I'll try not to take too long. The two of us continue reading in relative silence. Aside from this piano that's mysteriously playing in the background. Even though we're so quiet, the piano won't shut the fuck up! Each turn of the page feels as though we're connected. I As I let go of the wage, it gently floats over to her and delicately slides under her thumb.
Max, why are you standing up? And why is your boner so fucking massive?
Yeah, you don't want to stand up in this scenario. And if you do, you want to do it very carefully. Having been absorbed by the story, Yuri reeled me back in.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
It's fine. What were you going to say?
Well, I suppose I just wanted to thank you for this. I had always hoped I could find someone to share my interest in books with.
Let me just check my Discord. Has the stream alert? The stream alert hasn't even worked. God damn it. I'm live. Get your ass in here. https://twitch.tv/MaxillaTTV. Yeah, my stream cord isn't working. For whatever fucking reason, man. Okay. And then it's gonna like start working the second after I put my own alert in. Damn bots. It's been an hour and 40 minutes.
I'd always hoped I could find someone to share my interests in books with. I've never really had anyone to read with me before. Having someone else be there is nice.
Really? I would have thought you'd at least done some reading with your family.
Yes, well, I did when I was younger, but...
Cheers, I'm not finishing the thought. I decided not to press further on it right now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath.
I'm just happy that you're here for me. I mean, with me. Not that I wouldn't want you to be there for me or anything, but... Oh, I can't believe I messed things up again.
Wait, Yuri, I don't think you've done anything wrong. If anything, I think of that as a compliment.
You too.
Sure, if I'm being honest, I enjoy your company as well. What's your voice gonna be?
Okay, everyone.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri sighs dejectedly, looking down at the floor.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. Don't worry about me. I'm alright.
Yuri lets go of the book and closes the cover, handing it back to me. We got through a fair bit today, didn't we? Do you mind if I continue a bit further on my own, or do you prefer if I only read it with you?
You don't have to limit yourself on maybe half if you don't want. If you want to keep reading. After all, I've already finished this story before.
I guess I'll continue reading a little bit tonight, and we'll have a bit more to talk about tomorrow.
Yes, that's a good idea, Max. Just be sure to let me know how far you get so I can avoid spoilers for you.
Alright. How about we exchange numbers so that you can know where to read to? Oh, yeah. I skim through the book to find the page where we left off on and avoid it and slightly. And fold it in slightly to mark for later. What? Okay. I'm accidentally making it scary by right-clicking.
By the way, you did remember to write a poem, right?
Don't worry, I'm not that much of a slacker. I've got it right here in my bag. I rifle through some stray papers to pull out the page that I wrote my poem. Well, I can't help but feel a little nervous. I have to admit that I'm excited now, in many ways. Talking to these girls has really calmed my nerves. My heart rate has lowered, my blood pressure is lowered, partly due to the fact that all the blood pressure and blood has completely rushed to my cock. So I don't have that systemic blood pressure that's slowly killing me anymore. Because, you know what they say, a boner a day keeps the doctor away. Talking to these girls, yeah. After all, judging by each girl's personality, I doubt that anyone would say anything nasty about it. Except for Natsuki. Well, oh. Good job, game. Well, Natsuki, I don't know if she'd be unduly harsh, though. She just seems like the type of person who enjoys ribbing on her friends. Why am I yawning so much? That last bit of Coke is always not the best. Whatever. I got water now. Either way, I hope they realize that I put hard work into it. I figured that it'd only be fair to repay their warm welcome by showing effort in club activities. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Monica and Sayori enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote in a neat black composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. She's going to put us all to shame. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all.
See, this is your first poem, right?
Yeah, why?
Especially for your first poem. Maybe this really is the place for you.
Come on, it's not that good. I mean, it's not like I'm used to writing poems or anything, but thanks, I guess.
Yourself else. It's to start from somewhere. Start. I guess I can show you. Don't expect too much, though. I'm not very good at this.
Only one way to find out. This is the same as the original game, isn't it? A lot of this is recycled. I mean, it is a mod.
Sunshine, the way you go through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub this sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Or are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Think about the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Amazing. As I answer, it's not that it was a bad poem. In fact, it was great. I'm just really experienced with poetry, especially feedback. It's really you.
What's it supposed to mean?
As in the poem, just really reminds me of you. It makes me feel really good inside.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect, as this is my first time reading your poetry. Well, the way this was written, I don't know. It feels really wholesome and cheery. Like you are. I also really liked that last line. Trust you of all people to include breakfast in their poems, huh? Sayori stops speaking immediately, as if she's accidentally let something slip. Oh, so you wrote the poem this morning.
Baby, what's wrong with this name?
At least we know where your inspiration comes from.
Toast.
Well, I suppose if it sounds silly but it works, then it isn't silly. Either way, thanks for showing me your poem, Sayori. It was really good.
Thanks. Anyways, next time I forget.
Anyways isn't a word. I just learned that, like, the other day.
Will be even better.
I'll hold you to that. I'm just going down the list, I don't care.
Try, but you're better off just leaving the club.
Easy, you don't beat around the bush, do you?
Shut, it's just bad.
Hey, do I look like a writer? This is my first ever poem. Yeah, it's probably garbage, but I still tried. If you're so confident, let's see the poem you wrote, huh? Hard to think about.
Fine. Sorry if you were offended.
Way to avoid a direct apology.
Just try a little bit harder.
Nowhere to go but up, eh?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Just read the poem. I hate it.
Sometimes some folks are winners, some won't.
Some winners, some lose, some lose, some lose. Sometimes we try hard and give it our all. So as we give up, what else can we do? Tell me you'd hate it.
Actually, I like it.
That sounds good. Don't just say it's good because I'm a girl. Be honest.
No, it has nothing to do with being a girl. I genuinely like the poem.
Really?
Yeah, it's simple, but it's still pretty effective.
Hey, someone who gets it. People in high school think poetry has to be all formal and vague, but they don't realize that simple writing is just as effective, if not more. The reader shouldn't have to search for the meaning. That's just stupid. Besides, the simpler the writing, the more emphasis on wordplay. Like how I made most little rides start with sun.
Yeah, I noticed that. Made the last couplet seem more powerful.
That's exactly what I was going.
Well, good job then.
Not from the youngest of the club.
Yeah, I guess not. Jesus, kill me already, Yuri. Oh my god, yes, Yuri. Yuri's eyes seem to sparkle as she reads my poem. Her humidity is rising by the second.
My goodness, this is unparalleled.
I think that might be a bit much.
Oh, forgive me if that didn't sound sincere.
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Don't sweat it, Yuri. I just wasn't expecting you such a compliment from you already.
I see.
Yuri clears her throat.
I just wanted to say, this is truly an impeccable poem.
Yuri glances down back at my poem.
So I assume this is your first piece, am I correct? Your composition incorporated a lot of beautiful, poetic devices and imagery, indicative of an experienced writer.
We're in! Yeah, well, I hate to disappoint, but this is kind of my first time doing this sort of thing.
You're joking, right?
I shake my head. If I ended up writing a good poem, it's totally coincidental, I'm afraid.
I see. Well, in that case, I think you've got a wonderful gift. Although, if you would like, I could offer you some advice for your future poems.
Yuri's eyes light up as though she's been looking forward to this. Please do. I need all the help I can get. I've just noticed a few
qualities consistent with newer writers that showed up in your poem. What just stands out is that you've tried very hard to make the structure of this poem your own. And that's okay, but if this is the first poem you've written, it might be prudent to consider more traditional structures, couplets, sonnets, haiku, and the like. If you're not confident in your writing style, it'll show in your piece. It's like Yuri
is a totally different person when she gets going. Sounds like she's incredibly confident and stands tall, speaking clearly.
Again, that's not your fault. I think that once you study poetic structures and technique a bit more, you'll be able to put together a truly wonderful composition.
I appreciate the feedback, Yuri. Sounds like you're well versed in this sort of thing. Would it be okay if I took a look at what you've written?
Oh goodness, of course. Please let me know what you think. I'd be thrilled to explain my process.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity there. Which itself is kind of funny, as after all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Tumbled air falls down like discarded dust of overused emotions, tracking down blankets made of want. Slender string pierces my eyelids, barely painful, and pulls them shut. Ever so heavy, ever so heavy. I think I've misplaced something. Is there a piece missing? You need all the pieces to fix something. Please don't look for it. There are more important things for you to do today.
I hate it.
I'm sorry if my writing's a bit ineligible. Once my pen touches a page, I just need to get my thoughts down.
It's fine, Yuri. I was able to read it just fine. I wasn't thinking that at all.
You sure?
It would take you a while to read it. I wonder if you go through this and like instantly one tap it as soon as it shows up, if she still says this. Probably. Well, I guess I don't see cursive often. It's really nice when I do. Your writing's actually quite pretty.
Is that so? I'm glad you think so.
Made your poem stand out even more as well. It's as though your handwriting fits your word choice or vice versa.
Was it too short, was it? I'm used to writing longer pieces, but since this is the first time we're sharing, I thought it would be easier to share.
That makes sense. You mind telling me what it's about, though? I'm not sure I understand.
I didn't mean to write something confusing.
Oh, it's not that. I just want to be sure I'm reading it properly.
I see. I suppose from a cursory glance it might not be obvious. But part of what makes poetry magical is how you can conjure up a vivid image with your words. While on the surface it might seem a bit out there, if you look a little deeper, you might be able to find the deeper meaning hidden amongst the lines compounded by the metaphors used. For example, the words and images in this poem aren't meant to be taken at face value. In actuality, it's supposed to represent the last remnants of something lost to the past, in the sense of plaintive longing that comes with it.
Huh. That's pretty impressive when you put it that way.
I really think so. That might be a bit much, Max.
No, I really mean it. I think I could learn something from your poetry.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know, at first the prospect of sharing my writing was terrifying. But I'm really glad I was able to do it. Hopefully I can write another piece that you'll like, Max.
I'll look forward to it, Yuri.
Monica.
Hi, Max. Hope you've been enjoying your time here.
Yeah, definitely. Probably sound like a broken record by now, but everyone's been really wrecking it.
Well, a broken record isn't so bad when it plays something so nice.
I guess so.
Anyway, since you're new and everything, feel free to bring up any questions or concerns you might have. It's my duty as president to make sure everything is perfect.
I'd have to say, you've been doing a good job of that already. I doubt that I'll ever have anything to complain about. Foreshadow.
Either way, I'm always open to new suggestions for the club as well. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. She says that, but it's gonna be a bit intimidating to try to criticize Monica of all people. I really don't think that there's anything I'll need to speak up about either. One of the other girls will probably say something before I ever needed to, and that's Doki definitely will. Now that
That's out of the way. Feel like sharing your poem with me?
I mean, I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I?
You shouldn't be thinking like that.
Yeah, I was just joking. Kinda.
It's alright, Max. I get that it's probably really awkward for you to share creative work when you're just a beginner, especially since the rest of us have a bit more experience than you do.
That's an understatement.
Don't worry though, we're all a little embarrassed today. You know, I don't think many people out there share their poetry on a regular basis. But it's the sort of thing that you get used to pretty quickly once you get it over with.
Yeah, that's true. I hand my poem over with a sigh. Don't grade me too harshly.
You'll be fine.
I watch nervously as she quickly scans through my poem. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Complete.
Good work, Max.
Really? You can lay down the brutal truth on me if you want.
You don't have to be so harsh on yourself. This is your first time writing poetry, isn't it?
That it is.
It usually takes a while for people to become completely comfortable with their writing, and even then, they're constantly evolving their style and changing things up.
I guess that's true. Either way, you shouldn't have high expectations for me. If you don't, my poems will seem better when I actually put in some effort. Anyway, I mutter that line half joking to myself, but it seems like Monica's still picked up on it.
Max, that's not very fair. More importantly though, you should have faith in yourself.
Sorry.
Anyway, about your poem. The subject was deeper than I expected out of you.
You just don't understand the troubled genius of my angst-ridden mind. Angsty teen number 1,726,883.
That might have been so. I guess we have 2 troubled and angsty geniuses in this club then.
You're talking about Yuri, right?
Mm-hmm. You wrote in a style very similar to Yuri's. Her writing is full of imagery and symbols. While Sayori and Natsuki like to use simple and direct words to communicate their messages, Yuri likes to use complex diction and syntax to allow readers to derive their own meanings out of it. In other words, her vocabulary and sentence structure are usually quite involved.
Huh, yeah, that sounds like Curl, right?
Mm-hmm. Might be a bit tough to understand her writing at first, but what seems opaque actually has very deep meanings behind it.
Yeah, the themes of Yuri's poem were definitely hard to even figure out. Sounds like the sort of person an English teacher would love.
Don't worry, Max. If you just give her writing a few read-throughs, I'm sure you'll find that they're far from incomprehensible.
So you say. Are you sure that my writing is similar to hers? I think it's an understatement that to say that I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up doing a lot different things before I settle on my own side. And it'll still take a while before I'm completely comfortable sharing my writing.
That's perfectly fine.
Let me just see some ink. Okay, we can turn that on at any moment. So yeah, I'll probably if something looks good, if something looks juicy, I might go here. I might go here, do this, and turn off the sensor, and then turn it back on, and then turn the game back on. Again, if it's juicy enough. Just because, you know, I want to see all the game's content. I'm not a huge fan of censorship, so I gotta take a look at it myself, you know? Not for any sort of Coomer reasons. I think I'm a very good... This is a Christian channel, so we're not about lustful reasoning. I just appreciate art, and it would be nice to see all the different illustrations that this game has to offer. Even if some of them I need to turn off the stream for. Not the stream, but, you know, the display.
In fact, I'd probably be more surprised if you immediately started writing with your own style. Most people go through the same process that you're going through right now. Trying new things is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you after all. Anyway, when you talk to everyone about it, naturally they'll be a bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. After all, I know I am. Don't enforce yourself to write in some way just because someone else wants you to. You should try to focus on what you want to do.
I want to smash with Yuri. Therefore, I'm gonna write in ways that simp for her. Simple.
Feel free to ask me for help anytime, though. I try to be as objective as possible when I talk to people about these topics. Thanks.
Wait, thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
Always on duty as club president,
eh?
Well, let's get to reading then. The box pulling up the coop at the lot. Told him fuck 12 books. Okay. The box.
I see, but I don't believe. A lone fingerprint, glistening on gleaming glass. Was it me? Was I always the one in the dark? I pound on the glass. My prison. Why? Why me? The pain jolts me back, the understanding pouring down like heavy rain. It's all a farce. My heart's on display. My life's but a script just playing away.
Sup, crunchy rat? Welcome to the chat.
The world out there seemed... You can't see anything.
God damn it. Okay. I'll check it myself. I'll check it myself, but I'm pretty sure it's working. Yeah, it's working for me. So, try stream with Pride. What is this? I don't know, some Pride Month thing came up. If I were to suggest anything, I would just say refresh, because it is working for me. Yeah, I guess try refreshing the page. It seems like a thing on your end, because I just loaded it up and it's definitely doing okay. There's just a black screen. It's still black. Thank you for the fall. Man, we're pretty close to that goal. Although I think the follower count is off. Man, I don't know. I would suggest... Wait, is my hardware acceleration disabled in Chrome? If you're on, I don't know if you're on Chrome, mobile, or whatever. Definitely want to get this fixed. You're the only chatter right now. That's so weird. Let me refresh my own thing, but it's definitely working for me. Man, I don't know. Yeah, I go to twitch.tv/MaxillaTTV, and I see everything that I'm doing on Streamlabs. I don't know, that's really weird. I've had people have that issue before on my last stream, but then they refreshed the page and then it started working. And yeah, and your device might have something to do with it. Maybe disabling hardware acceleration in the Chrome settings might help. But yeah, I'm not sure, man. All I know is that according to my Chrome and going to my own Twitch channel, it seems good. You good? I'll check it one last time. Yeah, that's really, really weird. That's so weird, man. Yeah, I don't know. It should theoretically be working. But I'm sorry to hear that that's happening. I can try to look into it more, but I'm just gonna keep going, because theoretically, at least from my point of view, the VOD should be good. So yeah, still got content to do. So even if you can't see it, the stream must go on. I guess try to get it fixed, because from my point of view, it's working. And I am using Chrome, just so you know. Yeah, Twitch has been having some problems recently. On some more professional streams, like, it'll start disconnecting and lagging and you have to refresh. But yeah. So what do you think? I don't quite know how to say it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay.
I definitely get a certain kind of feeling from reading your poem, but I'm not sure how to put it into words.
I can understand that. Just try to articulate it however you want. You can use metaphors outside of poetry, you know?
Well, when you put it like that, I don't know. I'd say your poem is kind of abstract. Very vague, at least. Like, I can't quite tell what exactly you're talking about, but even so, I can feel what the speaker's feeling.
Yeah, I think that describes my poems pretty well.
Really?
I do like my metaphors, hehe. Well, you'd probably be hard-pressed to find a poem without a metaphor, actually.
Yeah, they're pretty well covered in English class, at least. Oh my god, this room is so hot. I'm dying. Are shirtless streams allowed? I don't want to, but Jesus Christ, is it hot.
The ability to convey emotions and concepts through words describing things even the writer might never have experienced before, I find that really powerful. When you write metaphorically, it allows the reader to focus on the emotions in the poem.
I guess it kind of opens up for the reader to have their own interpretations.
Exactly. It's fascinating when people can diverge from the creator's original intent to find their own meaning in a work of art.
Yeah. What was your original intent then?
I think it'd be more fun if you tried to figure it out yourself.
That just makes me more curious now.
Maybe I'll tell you one day. But for now, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or anything for that matter, you get too fixated on a specific point. But if you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. So the best thing to do is to just force yourself to get something down on paper, then tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and write whatever's in your heart.
Easier said than done. I get what she's trying to say, though. Try to look back on your work with fresh eyes after you've gotten something down sometimes.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, 100% shit's still gonna hit the fan, and I think Monica's gonna get more triggered than ever. It seems like there's definitely not gonna be a path for her. Maybe, and I think this mod is gonna mainly make the game longer, and maybe, I don't know. It seemed like it said it would have branching endings, but honestly, I don't really know what to expect. But I don't even think we might not be able to one-tap it. Just being real. Yeah, I don't think we can one-tap it, sadly. I glance around the room. That was surprisingly fun, albeit a bit stressful. I already knew that I wouldn't be able to write to the quality of the girls, but I tried my best. Everyone here is incredibly talented. Well, all the girls at least. Across the room, Yuri and Monica are happily chatting again. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I watch Natsuki breathes us through Yuri's poem, her eyes skipping over the words. Meanwhile, Yuri stares at the paper in her hand, smiling sadly. I don't know how to smile sadly. Like that? I don't even fucking know, man. Natsuki quickly hands Yuri her poem back.
Here, I'm done. Already? Yeah, it's not like it was super hard to read. I'm not illiterate, you know.
Huh? It was hard for me to understand, at least.
I just want to make sure that you caught all the figurative language that I employed. Yeah, I did. It was fancy. Thanks. However, I believe that you'd enjoy it more if you looked deeper into it. I enjoyed it plenty already. Anyway, are you finished with my poem then? Yes, yours is cute.
Oh no, she said the C word.
Cute? Did you learn anything from our conversation yesterday?
Yuri looks shocked, regret seeping into her expression. Seems like both girls still hold their own prejudices, despite whatever common ground they have.
How can it be cute? Just standing there, thinking that I haven't read your poem, when it's really you who hasn't read my poem.
It's clearly about the push and pull between giving up and trying hard.
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess.
Well, maybe you should look deeper into my poem. Because I use that type of language on purpose.
I see. But if I may give a suggestion, these more involved subject matters may be better suited to more complex diction. The art of poetry is deeply intertwined.
Look, I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me.
I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand.
This kind of thing only works on amateurs like Max.
Oh, I don't like where this conversation is headed.
Writing in this way doesn't make you look cool or smart, okay? It just makes you look super pretentious. If you write with a thesaurus open next to you, you're just going to alienate everyone. Using all these big words to make up for lack of depth, poetry isn't about impressing people. So you can just stop.
Holy crap. Uh-oh. I stare wide-eyed at Monica and Sayori, who have now also fallen silent. This could also be where shit gets weird. They stare back at me, looking unsure of what to do. I'm guessing they don't usually have many arguments in the club. Although tensions between Natsuki and Yuri already seem kind of high.
Lack of depth? Yeah, that's right. So if I can give some suggestions now. Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I really must ask. What makes you believe that I'll accept your advice after you've been so rude? Rude? That was just blunt honesty. Do you ever consider that other people don't hold the same opinions as you? What are you trying to say? Do I really need to spell it out for you? Yeah, you do. I want to see if you're really going there. Irony. I dare you to say it.
Yuri gives a small laugh of disbelief.
Yes, thank you, Natsuki. I've never been this angry in my life. It's actually given me the courage to speak up.
Oh god, this song.
Is this why you're all angry all the time? Guys, we shouldn't. Yes, that's awesome. Sarah, please don't rob me of my moment. So this is your moment to shine, or something? Strange place to take pride in, don't you think? No, it's my moment to finally speak my mind. While I still have the strength to. Yuri! Natsuki, have you realized how selfish you are?
Suddenly Yuri seems to be overpowering everyone else.
What?
Everything always needs to go your way.
Why is it still black? Oh no.
What is happening? I want this to be fixed. Okay. I go to twitch.tv/MaxillaTTV. I look at it. I'll give you a link to my Discord. I don't really have many bots set up yet. Here you go. I don't have bots set up in the Twitch chat yet. That'll probably be something for later, but yeah, I do have a Discord there. Yeah, I'll post a picture of what I see. Yeah. See, it's working for me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on Chrome. Hardware's disabled. Hardware acceleration's disabled. So yeah, I don't know exactly what to tell you. I'm sorry. Maybe it's a weird mobile issue. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Try, if you're in the Twitch app or the Safari version of Twitch, like the browser mobile version of Twitch, try switching to the other one. So if you're on a browser, try switching to the Twitch app and vice versa. Yeah, I've had people come in and say they've had issues with mobile as well. But desktop, it definitely seems to be working as intended.
Everything
always needs to go to you. You always jump to conclusions and make rash decisions without regard for the consequences, and it's never your fault, is it?
You don't know me.
No, you don't know me either. Yet you spoke as if you knew everything about me. Quite simply, you don't. The very fact you don't think that your blunt honesty was incredibly rude just goes to show how narrow-minded you truly are.
How far? Nothing crazy has happened so far, nothing scary. I'm at Natsuki and Yuri fighting for the first time. I don't know if you can even hear. So I'll type it. Okay, cool. The ceiling decoration. Now, keep in mind this is a mod. This is Blue Skies. I think that's what it's called. And it's definitely meant to be watched or played after the original game. So, I've seen everything fucked up. I've seen everything fucked up, like the whole previous game. But apparently this expands on it. I think there's like multiple endings depending on choices, and generally it just looks like it took a while for them to make and had a lot of hype behind it, so thought I'd give it a try. But so far it's very similar to the original, with just some slight moderations. Yeah, I guess that's true. If you like go in and get all the illustrations, you can get that good ending. But yeah, I think it's more so, it's less linear. At least that's how it was advertised. Wait, I don't think I read that part. Whoops. Seizing her moment, Yuri boldly carries on, disdain dripping from each word.
I know it must be a difficult concept for you to understand, but the whole world doesn't revolve around you and your manga. I don't fucking know. So tell me, why should I take advice from someone who can only see their own perspective?
Pog! Awesome, you can see. Poggers! Hell yeah.
Everyone knows it.
And hell yeah, I like that you're using the BTTV emotes.
Monica, Sayori, even Max. Do you remember how hostile you were to Max when he first joined us?
I was being hostile? We haven't had a new member in a long time. Sorry, not sorry for keeping on my toes. That's how I talk to everyone, not just Max. Am I supposed to change my whole personality to cater to how you think I should be? If Max has a problem with my jokes, he can tell me. You don't get to speak for him.
Yuri closes her eyes and shakes her head, carrying on as if she didn't hear the outburst. Yeah, she's basically been simping for me, which is a nice change of pace from reality.
Do you really expect a new member to be able to speak up so easily? Not everyone is as unafraid of being a brutish cretin as you.
What?
The rest of us were so excited to have a new member, but did that thought ever cross your mind? No, you just let your own selfish thoughts dictate your behavior.
Fish? They weren't so.
You could have scared them off. That might have been what you wanted, but what about the rest of us?
True, dude. That's why Yuri is best girl. You gotta simp for the one with the biggest milkies.
I just explained myself, for God's sake. But as per usual, you aren't listening. You know, for someone who's been ranting on how narrow-minded I am, you're pretty intolerant yourself. There, I used a big word. Do I sound like Shakespeare yet? Am I worthy of your attention now?
Ouch, both girls really have their claws out.
Also, Monica and Sayori didn't have any issue with me yesterday. It's just you.
Of course they didn't, Natsuki. They just didn't say anything. Monica's too responsible, and Sayori's too kind. So why don't we ask
as a more unbiased spectator. Oh god.
Fine. Max, who's right? You're Yuri.
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't even know what they want me to decide on at this point. Should I just ignore all the personal stuff and just talk about their poetry? That's what started the argument after all, but it's not like I'm a good judge of writing quality, given that I'm just a beginner. I don't think it would be fair for me to take either side either, especially since I'm new here. Maybe I should just defer to one of the club's leaders. So of course that's going to be... Oh, this is definitely a new choice. Sayori or Monica? I think we gotta give Monica some love, maybe to prevent her inevitable fourth wall breaking destruction. So let's go with Monica. I honestly don't know what to do in this situation. I quickly glance over Monica. Monica nods at me and approaches the tutor.
Yuri Natsuki, this is...
She clears her throat. Just Monica W. Is it just me, or did her confident persona seem to waver a bit? That is...
This is no way to act in our club.
Monica does seem sort of disoriented. She's probably not used to such confrontation.
You're kind of setting a bad example. Max is probably really uncomfortable. Not to mention that there's really no reason for this argument to even be happening. But Monica...
I can't do two voices at the same time.
No, I can't...
This in the club. Monica has scoliosis. I can't tell. I'm not a doctor yet.
Are you kidding me? Don't you see how Yuri is treating me? She's being a massive jerk right now. There's so much reason for this argument. Excuse me, Natsuki, but it's actually your own toxic behavior that led to this.
You really emphasize that toxic there.
Toxic? Toxic behavior? What are you talking about? Are you even listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one wants to be your... Enough!
That's too far, Natsuki. That is too far. Monica seems to have gotten over herself and now looks livid.
You guys are supposed to be friends, aren't you? It's so foolish how you two are acting. Don't you have any consideration for other club members? You're even making Max uncomfortable. Yuri, didn't you say that you wanted to make him feel as welcome as possible? What happened to that? I didn't mean to make him feel that way. And don't forget Sayori. She only acts in everyone's best interest while you two act like this? I wasn't trying to do anything either. I'm just being honest. Curious. Let me finish, Natsuki. I would ask you to please reconsider the way you are treating one another. You guys are obviously talented with your writing skills, and you both have unique aspects to your writing styles. That's what makes you guys special. To be fair, I'm obviously not good with handling situations like this, but there's a sudden pause for a minute, and I decide to break the silence. I agree with Monica. Fighting will only cause everyone to split apart, and to be honest, I really like it here. And I believe if there's any resentment held over, it just won't be the same. Both girls are speechless. Yuri's the first to speak. I'm just going to make tea. Yuri remains silent and takes a seat. Why don't you take a seat? Only to stare into nothingness. I slide in Sayori's DM. Man, I can see why she's president.
It's pretty great. She doubts herself. I think she handled that pretty well.
Monica seems like such a genuine, sweet girl. Whoa, no, Pepe Laffy doesn't know. Hopefully I'll be able to properly get to know her during the school year.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your property?
Poetry. Not property. Capitalism simulator. Or I guess that's more social. Okay. I noticed that she carefully avoids mentioning the argument that just occurred.
It was a lot of fun. Some moments were worth it.
It's alright.
Mostly. Max, huh? I actually really enjoy myself. Seems I do like expressing myself through poetry. A lot more than I initially thought. Everyone looks intently at me. The girl's smiling at me. Oh, yes. Why we gotta simp for only one? Why can't we just have a party and all just fucking go at it, man? Maybe not Natsuki, because I don't know how old she is. I don't trust her. It was really cool getting to see everyone's different writing styles.
That's awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And hopefully you learn something from us too, so your poems will turn out even better.
Yeah. I think to myself a bit as I begin to pack up. Today I managed to learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, I'll be able to learn more about the girls as individuals, their themes and messages. I nodded to myself, turning to Sayori. Hey Sayori, ready to walk home? Okay, see you guys tomorrow then. As we leave the club room, Sayori turns back to wave at the girls. I do the same. That's it. Game? Why did that scare me? I'm just gonna pretend that didn't. I don't know. The sudden animation was kind of weird. Natsuki smiles and quickly looks away to act like she doesn't care. Yuri awkwardly smiles and laughs. Like the ha-ha mode. And, as expected from the school idol, Monaco gives a friendly grin and waves back. Sayori, about what happened earlier. You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. I remember you told me yesterday that they sometimes bicker, but are all their arguments normally that bad? I feel a little guilty as I ask her, and I know she doesn't like talking about conflict. Just like dipping the cheeriness of her voice as she replies.
Differences, but it's the first time I've seen them fight like that. They're both wonderful people, I promise. You hate them or anything, do you?
Oh, not at all. It's only normal for people to argue, I guess. I was just curious, after all. You know them better than I do. Sayori lets out a relieved sigh. Ah, okay. Yeah, when I right-click, it does this. You know, Max, it's been so... Wait, that's not the right voice, is it?
It's been so nice seeing you again. I didn't think we'd get to spend much time with one another again.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's been really fun hanging out again. I don't really know when we started drifting away or why. I guess it was just life coming between us. She nods, looking a little reflective. Still, I'm glad you let me join your club. I'm not going to lie. First, I was a bit doubtful when you told me it was about literature. Now I know it's about amazing gangbangs. Wait. I guess reverse gangbang. Fog. But hey, I guess it just goes to show that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. She giggles. Ellie giggle. And I frown. Did I say something funny? Huh? Fun? Oh, you mean about the book comment. Oh, and this is a literature club. Oh man. Pun not intended. Wait, how do people normally say that? My brain is bogging. Jeez. Looks like the club's really starting to rub off on me. Hopefully you girls start rubbing off on me. Sayori might be known as a bit of an airhead, but sometimes she can really notice things that others don't. I wonder, what's it really like inside her head? Depressing as fuck.
You haven't changed at all, Max. You always knew how to make me laugh.
I blush slightly. I've never really known how to react to that compliment, especially when it comes from someone of the opposite sex. Oh my god, the reaction is to fucking have the 0% win rate, dude. Cause I fucking lost. I'm glad I'm still able to do that. Haha. I'll be honest though, I didn't think I'd make so many new friends by joining the club. That was a Pepega part of this. Sometimes I just can't read.
French. Surprise.
Yeah, pretty warm welcome. She nods contentedly. Anyway, let's see what the future holds. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
These girls are all real interesting characters, aren't they? Different personalities with a variety of writing styles. Yet they're all united under the same club. I briefly wonder how Monica found all of them. In just 2 days, I feel like I've made progress with each member. Getting to know Yuri and Natsuki, and actually getting to talk to Monica a little bit. And of course, reuniting with an old friend. I never would have guessed this would all come from joining the club, but hey, I'm not complaining. Wait, can you guys see the FPS? I can't even tell, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Ah! Yeah, I just tabbed out of everything. We're good though. Let's just hope my writing improves over time so I can write poems to a standard more like theirs. Speaking of which, there's work to be done tonight. Let's do this. Yeah, this is a really cool thing that they added. Like a little loading screen. I guess there's more content.